Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RidgTalk Season 3. We're bringing back the podcast. I am your host, Sween, Sween, and we got Trevs LOL joining us here tonight. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm all right. A little sick right now, but I'm stoked to bring back the Ridg Talk and hop into talking season with the boy.
RidgTalk, yeah, we decided to bring it back. What we're planning on doing is one episode a month. We're making it easy, and it's going to be whatever Ridge content creators can join us at the time they're recording. So tonight, as you can see, just Trevor and myself, but keep an eye out throughout the season, throughout the year. We'll have other content creators on here, and we got a couple hot topics to discuss tonight. One being Marvel Rivals, and two being Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Is COD dead? I don't know.
The rise and fall of
The
Call of
ri-
Duty Black
yeah.
Ops 6.
We got some things to talk about. There might be some hot takes coming out from this podcast as well, specifically from me. And you guys will definitely probably disagree with what I have to say about Marvel Rivals. But with that being said, I'm just going to go straight into it. Marvel Rivals is overrated, Trevor.
Sween says Marvel Rivals is overrated, and it might be a little bit true, but everybody's playing it. So if you're not on the Marvel Rivals train and you kind of liked Overwatch, but not that much, you need to hop on Marvel Rivals because you're going to get viewers, okay? But the thing about Marvel Rivals is they took Overwatch and made it better. It's better Overwatch. If you're a Marvel fan, you get to play as your favorite Marvel superheroes and absolutely dominate the opponents. And I am going to be the first to say I did hop on the bandwagon. Nadeshot was playing it. So I played it and I got addicted to it. Now I did back off a little bit, but I will say the game is very addicting. It's very addicting.
I will say this. I personally, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying the game sucks because it does look good. It looks like it released very fluently. It doesn't look like there's a lot of issues with it. The graphics look cool. It's just personally, I don't get the hype with it because it just looks like another Overwatch game, and it just really looks like a lot of chaos of just shooting your hands at people. And I don't know. Talking about Nadeshot, like I enjoy watching Nadeshot play Call of Duty. I could literally watch him all day, and I still kind of have his streams up with playing Marvel Rivals, but I don't know. It's just not as entertaining to me. But not my cup of tea. And I think it's a big thing, like you said earlier, it being a Marvel game, I think has a big reason why. Because if you're a big Marvel fan, you're getting to play as a lot of your favorite characters of that universe. So I myself, I don't really care as much about that stuff. So it's like that's why I don't think I'm like that interested in it.
Yeah, scratch surface, and it's the same thing with Overwatch. Like if you look at Overwatch from the outside in, and you have no knowledge of the game, it just looks like people just shooting at each other.
Yeah.
But there's actually so much like strategy going into the game, and like you have tanks being the front lines, you have people sitting in the back lines, you have people flanking, and there's just a lot to the game that people don't see from the outside looking in because it's so chaotic and you can't really tell just without knowing what you're looking for. Just right off the bat, like they had 480,000 plus people right away at the drop of this game. And when they dropped the game, they had a successful ranking system. And within the first 2 weeks, they already had a national level tournament where the public could qualify to play. And no game has done that and been successful at it. So just right off the bat, they were doing things correctly. And then obviously slapping the Marvel title on top of it and being able to play with your favorite superheroes just kind of changes the dynamic of everything.
Yep.
And right as we're recording this, we're about to roll on to season 1, which is going to be super exciting because they're dropping 4 more Marvel characters. They're dropping the Fantastic Four. And then they're already applying a balancing update to the more OP characters 1 month in.
Okay.
Like they're on top
of it
right
now. How long has the game been out now?
A month. It's been out a month, give or take.
So I'll be curious to see how long it lasts because there's been a lot of games that have been releasing, I'd say this past year, that are super hyped up for 2 weeks to a month, and then they just completely, you don't hear about them anymore. What the frick was in Pal Worlds? That thing fell off like it was nothing.
Pal Worlds fell off bad, but I feel like there wasn't as much substance with Pal World. Like I feel like that's a game. It's like
I mean, it was just I don't know that I don't really know much about Pal Worlds. I some of the clips are funny. What was that recent game that just came out where it was like a League of Legends slash like RPG style game that everyone was all hyped on? You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm
can't
talking about?
remember the name. Let
You
me
know what I'm
look it
talking
up.
about though?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I don't know if that game was fully released. So I could be just speaking out of my you know what right now, but I feel like that game fell off. There's just a lot of games that are releasing that aren't sustaining the hype, I guess, which I don't know what the reason is for that. And
I just think that some of these games kind of have a monopoly over the whole the whole space. Like MOBA, like obviously Dota is really good,
yeah,
and everyone plays that. League of Legends is massive and has been for years and just dominating the esports world. Um, and I think it's really hard to bring something new and exciting into that space. A lot of the thing about Marvel Rivals is that a lot of people were so tired of Overwatch, tired of what they were doing. Overwatch 2 is basically a fail.
yep,
Very disappointed in it. And then the people who developed Marvel Rivals looked at that and fixed it and then released it to the public and it was good. Now, I think that obviously there is going to be a little bit of a fall off, but I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as these other games because I think that Overwatch um, just was already a dying breed and a lot of the pros from Overwatch are coming to this game and they're going pro in this game and they're playing it competitively. So I think that's going to help sustain the the player base. And then like I said, they're being really proactive with the updates and the intriguing seasons. And then just really they're even dropping like really cool comic book accurate skins for these heroes. So it's just making it really cool
yeah.
for your comic book nerds. So
I think like I said, I personally I don't get the hype, but um, that being said, it does look like a good game. I'm curious to see if like these guys that you know are done with Call of Duty switched over to Marvel Rivals if they're gonna stick with it or they all
yeah,
eventually return because I got some gripes with some of these accounts on X and stuff. They're always complaining about what Call of Duty does and stuff, and it's just
right.
like freaking Modern Warzone and Charlie Intel. They literally copy paste like everything they tweet out, and they're just like they're so negative. And then, but of course, you know, once Call of Duty releases something, then they're posting it, which I get it. That's what they're supposed to do. That's how they make a living, making posts and stuff. But it's like, man, they just nitpick like everything, like just the smallest little like, oh, they're using AI for these, you know, calling cards and stuff or whatever. It's like, who cares? Like, it's not that big of a
Yeah,
deal. And then they're like,
yeah,
oh, the new the Warden skin or whatever that just came out with Squid Games, he has the same lines as the replacer guy. He's like, they're complaining that they have the same lines. I'm like, you guys literally copy and paste what you post on Twitter. So like, who cares?
there was also a dip in the Valorant player base with Marvel Rivals. Like
Yeah.
I noticed like the other day when I was playing, like we were getting absolutely dominated by the other team, and like the guy who was top fragging on my team was just like, "Yeah, I just want to get this game over with and go play Marvel Rivals." But I do think there is going to be a season of die out in terms of that. But I do think that the player base is still going to sustain. It's not going to be as big of a as as hard of a drop off as like originally we thought it would be.
Yeah.
And that's just because it's definitely trumping Overwatch. And for those people that love hero shooters like that.
It's
But I
like
do think Valorant players are going to return. I do think Call of Duty kids are going to return. I'm a Call of Duty kid. I'm wearing an LA Thieves sweater right now. Like I want to be playing Call of Duty. I think I'll probably eventually still play even with the crappy servers just because I am a Call of Duty kid. Black Ops 6 is a fantastic game initially. So I do think there's going to be a little bit of bounce around.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like Marvel Rivals got kind of the same treatment as Valorant because people were just they had CS:GO, then Valorant came
Yeah.
out, and it's like Marvel Rival. Not saying Valorant is better than CS:GO because I feel like they're kind of different,
Yeah, they
but
are
and the
very
same.
different.
But they just Overwatch people are probably just ready to get a freaking new game. They're ready
I
to go.
totally 100% agree. Like Overwatch 2 is just a copy paste, right? There wasn't I don't know, I'm not knowledge on like a lot of the changes that they made, but all I know is that people were really unhappy with it.
Yeah.
And you know what? People are not happy with CS2. So we might see a lot of. I know that there was a handful of CS2 or CSGO legends that retired with CS2 because they weren't happy with the game. And there was a ton of people that left CSGO and came to Valorant to be pros, and they were extremely successful. So I think that Marvel Rivals is just going to pave its own lane in the space.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be great in its own right. You know, Valorant's fantastic in its own right. CS2 is still maintaining a good pro scene and a good amount of viewers. It's gonna sustain itself. It's gonna have its own lane. So we'll see what happens. I think Overwatch 2 will as well, and maybe Blizzard looks at is it Blizzard? Yeah, Blizzard. Who
EA
knows?
or
Blizzard might look
Activision.
at yeah, Blizzard Entertainment.
Microsoft. They're just playing Microsoft.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I do think that like hopefully Blizzard looks at Marvel Rivals and tries to fix their game a little bit and bring some of the people back. I don't know about you, but like the Overwatch lore and like the cut scenes that they have and the stories for each character is incredible. The difference between Marvel Rivals and Overwatch is Marvel Rivals has thousands and thousands and thousands of comic books to bring
Yeah.
backstories from, and Overwatch has to create their own authentic characters.
Yeah.
And Marvel Rivals has tons and tons of heroes that they just can add from. So it's just a different dynamic. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna have its own lane.
Yeah. Interesting to see what happens with it. And maybe we'll have to touch back on this in a couple months and we can compare it to how it is now. But we were talking about Call of Duty. So I think it's a good time to talk about that because boys were grinding on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I honestly, the game itself and, taking away like hackers and stuff, which I haven't really ran into too much. There's other issues, but like I would consider it a top 5 Call of Duty for me. Just the overall game just is pretty sick and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I didn't really stop playing because of the hacking and stuff, but it just, I don't know. I think there's just so much negativity around it and people leaving it and then getting busy. And then Fortnite's like, hey, we're going to drop ballistics mode. I was like, whoa, hey now.
Yeah.
So that kind of took me back to Fortnite a little bit. But
Yeah.
a lot of people are saying Call of Duty's dead. And I don't think so.
I don't think it's dead, but I have some statistics up right now. I did
Okay.
a little bit of homework before hitting that record
Hey,
button.
this ain't X. You're not going to get community noted, so let it rip.
All I want to say is that Black Ops 6, and Nadeshot said it best, it's giving me jetpack vibes. The movement, the Omni movement's incredible. The way you can flow around the map is incredible. It's mixy, but if you don't want to be mixy, you don't have to be. It's genuinely, Sween with the Omni movement, bro. It's
sometimes not needed.
Majority of the time not needed. We'll just put that out there. But if you go watch Ridg Gaming's latest video, you do see the Omni movement work with the LMG. So go watch that.
Come on now, turn it up.
Anyways, the game base is fantastic, 100%. Now, in December of 2024, there was a 43% player base loss from the 3 previous months. And this was one of the biggest Call of Duty launches in history because the hype around this game was so high, higher than others. The game dropped. Everybody absolutely loved it. The skins are sick. The zombie skins are sick. Zombies is sick. New Warzone coming out. Old Warzone coming back. Like, they did a lot of things really good. They even gave us ranked play early like we always complain about. And then you get into the servers.
Yeah.
Get into the servers.
Other than just disregarding like the cheating aspect of it, and I know that's a big problem that I like I said I haven't personally ran into as much. Maybe I have, I just haven't noticed. But the server's been kind of dog water.
I think these are the worst Call of Duty servers I've ever played. Like, I can have 20 ping, but it feels like I'm on 60, and it just makes absolutely no sense to me. And like, I have good internet. Like, I can hop on Valorant, I can hop on Fortnite, and I can be at like 15 ping, 10 ping, 8 ping, sometimes even 5, and it feels fantastic. But from my basic understanding is that the Call of Duty servers are they look at the people who are sitting on their couch playing on a 50-inch TV. They don't have as much packets. They don't have as much information going back and forth between every individual player and to the server.
Yeah.
And that's it. Basically, is like shoving a bunch of toilet paper down your toilet. It's gonna get clogged up, and that's what's happening. And so that's what they need to fix, man. They need to give us more packets.
What's is that? Is that what it's called? Or like they have like compared to like these newer games that have like 120 is it
Yeah,
packets?
I don't think it's packets.
You know what I'm talking about though?
I know exactly what you're talking
The
about. They
tick
have like
rate, right? The tick rate.
tick rate. That's what it
Yeah.
is. The tick rate.
I've
Like
noticed a lot of
Valorant
people
has
talk about
120. Fortnite has
yeah.
120 tick rate, and then we're at like 20,
Yeah.
or like we're
Call of Duty sucks.
we're a large fraction less than the top esports games, and it's really a shame because we finally have ranked play early in the season, and we just have so many good things. Cloud9 has been getting absolutely destroyed online this COD season because of the servers, and then you go into the whole conversation with cheaters, and I'm a plat player, and I got to plat before I stopped playing consistently, and I was running into hackers in diamond lobbies while being a plat. Like that's not even high, that's low elo in my opinion, and we're already running into hackers. It just makes no sense. The anti ricochet is absolutely terrible. Like put them on Vanguard. Go put them on Vanguard with right games, dude. Like we'll be set. We won't have any problems. Like I on Valorant, I've reported like 3 or 4 cheaters, and I got notice before the game even ended that the cheaters were gone. And sometimes they just cancel the whole game, and you'll get a big red screen that says cheaters were detected. This game is now over. And it's like, why don't we get that?
Yeah. I remember playing Rainbow Six Siege, just seeing people banned left and right on the screen.
Dude, I've like, and in Fortnite, for example, I mean, they're having their issues with cheaters in like the pro levels. And like, I would say I'm above average Fortnite player, and I've ran into cheaters, but they're just flying around in, like, at the time, semi trucks and just like shooting people. And I've only had that happen one time, and I'm in high elo in Fortnite. And um, so, anyways, just all that to say that the servers suck, take rate sucks, uh, hacking sucks, and I would even argue to say some of these maps are absolutely dog crap. But like Sween was just saying, Charlie Intel and Modern Warzone complain a lot, and they do. I scroll Twitter, and it's always negative. There are some very sick aspects to the game, and I love it. So I love it, but hate it.
No, and I will give them credit. At least they are calling them out. I don't know. Either they didn't get invited to the last like the Squid Games thing in New York, or they chose not to go. But hey, I call. Not saying I don't like them. I just some of their tweets are annoying sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like Call of Duty's doing things that other games aren't. I mean, I think obviously Fortnite is paving the way for all these games. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like Fortnite, but they are doing something nobody else is doing. And the fact that Call of Duty's attempting to keep up is good. Like a Squid Games collab, Snoop Dogg collab. Like they've done a lot of really cool collabs with
Yeah.
the game. Obviously not to level Fortnite. Fortnite's done. They're like they just signed with Disney. Like we already had a Disney villains drop. We've had an Incredibles drop.
Bro,
Like, we're gonna have crazy things dropping.
they just tapped in. Not I mean, just from last year when they got into like Legos and stuff, but now they're doing the first person stuff. They just tapped into a whole nother like just
They're doing
genre
everything.
of game. They're gonna have a freaking Tarkov style game in there.
We definitely need to get into ballistics at some point.
We will be. I honestly, I might play some ballistics tonight, and play some more ranked. I mean, I think that's the only thing. I don't know. It's funny, you know. There's literally only one map on ballistics right now. It's very repeatable games every time, and it's fun. I don't know. I think it's because it's Fortnite, and I like that we have a creator code with it, and we can get supported that way. Viewership's usually better, so I like all the things that Fortnite does to kind of mix it up. Just Epic in general, I guess. Like I could play Rocket League, and people could still use our code and whatnot.
Well,
But
it's like I think it's even more than that, right? Like if to be real, if you wanted to play one game for the rest of your life, Fortnite could be it.
Yeah.
You could play a Minecraft style game. You can play community created games. You could play Battle Royale. You could play OG that everybody wanted to come back. Everybody wanted OG Fortnite back, and we got it. They gave it to us.
Yeah.
You could play that. You could play Reload, which is like Call of Duty's Rebirth Island. And you can play Ballistics. You can play first-person gun game. There's so many things that you can do in Fortnite and not get bored. All you have to do is just look it up, find it, play the game, get your friends on it, and just have fun. And like Sween said, we do have the creator code, so we host an esports league.
Yep.
And we get to host our own leagues privately with nobody else joining with our own codes. And like Fortnite's just doing a lot of things that is just nobody could even grasp in the esports and just gaming community, in my opinion.
Yeah. And that being said, Fortnite, if you guys ever watch this, can you make it to where we can host private ballistic matches? Because RGL would love to add to the collection of games we could do. That's a different topic. I mean, to be able to host a few teams, I don't know, because they would have to use our code, right? But then I would have to be on a team. Like we need
just sit out.
Fortnite. I can't sit out on a host.
You're not hosting. They're loading into the. You can still sit out, I think.
I don't know.
We need to test
something we got to figure out. We just need a. We need a Fortnite
caster mode. How about a caster mode?
That's what we need, exactly.
General. Like if we can just have like a caster mode, like a theater mode, like Call of Duty or COD caster.
And the thing is, they have it. Just
they do have it for.
Can we get access? maybe we need to reach out to him and ask him if we could be able to use it.
We're hosting our own youth esports league. We're going to start putting people into cash cups. You should give us this option.
We're doing something good for the community, Fortnite, all right? So help the boys out a little bit. And
we're raising the next esport cash cup champions. FNCS champions.
Exactly. But I think we touched enough on Call of Duty. To close this thing out, Trevor, is there any new games other than Marvel Rivals that are either coming out or have came out recently that you have maybe possibly perked your interest a little bit?
No.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Marvel Rivals.
I'd say Delta Force looks cool. Was
that cop game?
They have you can do Battlefield type games, but then there's also a Tarkov style extraction mode that's not as hardcore as Tarkov, I guess. I don't know. It looks cool. I've been watching people play it. I don't know if I'll personally be playing it, but that looks good.
GTA 6, bro.
Yeah, we'll see if GTA 6 comes out in the near future, but
looks like we're getting a little Nightmares 3s. That might be kind of lit.
Yeah, I will most likely just keep playing Fortnite and Call of Duty until something else comes out that potentially perks my interest. But at the same time, I don't spend 8-10 hours a day gaming, so I still enjoy myself when I do play Fortnite or Call of Duty. So.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Anyways, I think we could probably wrap it up for episode 1 of season 3 of RidgTalk. Like I said, we'll be doing 11 more of these bad boys throughout this season, and then let us know if you guys enjoy this podcast format. Hopefully, we can get some other creators on here as well. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. Hit it. Probably should have said that at the beginning, but hit it. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe over to Trevor over here. Trevslol.
Thank you.
This will be just. I think it'll be fun. This is gonna be super nonchalant, easy. We're just literally gonna screen record Discord and call it a day.
Easy peasy.
Getting content out there, and if you guys want to watch some good videos, check it out. We've been uploading.
We like content. We're putting out some banger shorts. We're putting out some banger videos on both channels.
Yep.
Sween's a little bit quicker at editing than I am, but still sick, dude. Just saying. We got some good stuff coming out. It's our time to shine, baby.
2025, year of the boys blowing up, hopefully. But with that being said, we hope you guys have a fantastic day. Trevor, thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
YouTube. We'll catch you freaking later. Peace.